Good evening everyone, welcome to Tier 1 round 7 here at China. I'm your host CDR King Rockman. Do apologise about the delay in the stream. I was actually ready for the start of Q2 but couldn't get into the Twitch due to internet issues my end. So at the moment we have a Donny on a 1:31.261. He is now beaten by Greg with a 1:31.2. So the next car out will be a JJ Trim, it looks like, and then LOI not Colin. He will be the next though, it looks like, after them two. So we'll just pull the stream up just to make sure everything is sweet. Sounds like we are. Cool. So here we go then. JJ on his final fly and run. There's comments coming in. No, it is me, Dave. As I say, mate, I've struggled to get into the Twitch for the last half an hour through internet crash my end. So that's on me. I was actually ready for the start of Q2. We're here now. So JJ there, it said, was 3/10 up through sector 2 as he's just about to come down this long straight. Quite possibly the longest straight, well, one of the longest straights on the calendar. Obviously we have Vegas. Comes around the final corner. It's gonna be a 1:31.1 for JJ. Puts himself in provisional pole at the moment. It was gonna be Khan, who's 2/10 up currently in 2 sectors. Comes around the final corner and he sets a 1:30.9, 6/10 better off than his last personal best. Then it will be Colin next. Colby, what was Colby before? He jumped in there with a 1:31.2, exact same time as his teammate. Not his teammate, sorry. As his former teammate. So Colin then a 1:30.9 as well. Bruge a 1:31.1. Rick 1:30.8. Great lap time from him. And Donny coming around the final corner. And He stays P6, has he? No, he hasn't. Jumped up to P6. And I believe JJ's in low fuel mode, so that will conclude quali. So just confirmation then, Rick taking P1 130.8, Colin P2, Con P3, Bruge P4, JJ P5 and Donny P6, Greg P7, Cole P8, Duckster P9 and VDV P10, just 6 tenths covering the top 10. Quickly, I'll take this opportunity to look at the standings for everyone. As it is absolutely tipping it down. Wowee. This should make for an interesting race then. LF then leads the championship on 133 points. Adam P2 of 108. Bruge P3 with 99. And then Colin a little bit further back on 69 points. And in the constructors, currently have Williams leading the way on 417. Mercedes on 309. And then Haas in P3 on 284. It seems like Williams are running away with it just a slight bit at the moment. So we'll see if that continues here in Tier 1. So just waiting for the guys to pick their strategies and sort their fuel out. As Colin says, he's glad he's missing China. To be fair, I'm glad I don't have to sit on board with you having to stick it into a wall. That'd be top tier, to be fair, mate. Everyone on full wets. It doesn't really look like that's going to be changing anytime soon, so let's see if it's a full wet race. As Colin says he doesn't stick it into walls, that's Kieran. Yeah, fair comment. I don't think Kieran's here this evening. It is his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to Kieran for tomorrow. So just waiting for the grid to warm back up. Look at the state of that start as well. Right on board with people here because I don't think we're going to see very much at all. We'll see how we go as VDV gets disqualified. We'll see how we go. If not, we will jump on board with Con, I think. Oh, where's he gone? Con, come back. Okay. 5 red lights are out and away we go as Duxter gets a jump start. As it's here battling ahead, Con gets chucked to the outside by cars on the inside. Appears to be Andoni on the inside. Everyone else appears to be getting through quite cleanly. Two are battling ahead. It seems like it's a pretty clean start from everyone. A few minor battles going on in the background. Colby just getting the better of one of his championship rivals there. And Dan then having a little battle with Bacardi. Dan gets the better of Bacardi there. Got a yellow flag in second one. Who does that appear to be? Appears to be Greg having a bit of an issue, as well as Bulks. Not sure what that was about. So Colin pulling a bit of a gap here. It's currently at 1 second. Rick is looking for a move down the inside. That was a little risky from Colin's perspective. There's Bulks has retired. Not going to be able to get on board, am I? What a match. So that does bring out. Oh my god. What's going on there? This is carnage. So looks like Duxter picked up a penalty. An extra penalty along the way there. So that Flicks gets a 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. As Duxter comes in for a wing change, and yeah, he did pick up 5 seconds. It appears. Virtual safety car is still out. Yeah, the safety car is in. The virtual safety car, sorry. And that gap is still at 1.2, it looks like. As Andoni is having a little look at Con. So I do apologise about not being able to get through. I can't really see what's going on behind everyone because the timing ladder is a bit weird. VDV is down the inside of Rick. As Andoni and Con are having another little battle. Andoni appears to be pushing Con through the corners here. Race strategies, it says 14 laps. These wets will go until we need ideally another set. So the timing tower has now sorted itself out, so we can start jumping on board with any little battles we see going on. What about appears like Dan coming for front wing. Still not too much going on. Oh, as Rick had a little moment there. It's just allowed VDV to close up. Colin appears to be quite comfortable out there with a 2.7 second lead. Colin takes the fastest lap out there, out in front. Rick is all over the back of Andoni, who in turn is all over the back of Con. Rick down the inside of Andoni then, which will then turn to the outside. Looks like he's got the power down quite nicely. Just loses out there to Andoni. And then just goes a little bit deep, which doesn't cost him too much time, to be fair. Gameful is all over the back of Full Send. Which Bridge is going to have a look at Gameful, I reckon. He is indeed down the inside then. Which again turns to the outside. Is there going to be team orders here? Multi 21. Oh, and that's let through Ralphie. Ralphie jumps in there ahead of Gameful. Gameful now having a look at Ralphie, gets it done, or as we missed Andoni and Con having a little battle here. Con again just keeping a position, as Andoni almost outbaits himself. Rick is sitting here quite nicely as well. Let's have a look at the telemetry for everyone. or Rick down the inside of Andoni then, which again turns to the outside. Tried this last lap, couldn't get it done. Looks like you might just about get it done this time around. Not quite, and look, very minimal contact on exit. Someone's all over the grass there. Ashik was. Which has opened the door to JJ, which in turn is going to allow Ashik to have another little go. JJ then has the inside line, but Ashik is ahead into this double left-hander. Quite a quick section, to be fair. So JJ just pulls out to have a little look, thinks better of it, which I think is a sensible idea this early on in the race. Kev is pushing Ralphie at the minute. He's just dropped off a bit there, and JJ's made it past Rick. And Ashik made it past JJ, it looks like. Boys, JJ's gone deep. Rick then picks up the pieces, away he goes. Which is now also allowed Bacardi to get involved in this little scrap. VDB then down the inside of Andoni is a little touch of wheels. Nothing too major, leave the space, boys. Nice. There you go then, Andoni comes out the better of them two. This is just allowing Con to stretch his lead just slightly. Ashik, believe, was having a look, or was that Rick having a look at Ashik? There's enough 3 wide, almost 3 wide. JJ around the outside, which will then turn into the inside. Can't keep it pinned around the outside of Rick there. Which is now opening up the door for Bacardi to have a little look. Thinks better of it this time around. So Rick is a second now behind Ashik. I feel like that it will change in a second. JJ's lost quite a bit of time, which has now allowed Paulsen to come into the mix. So the more these guys are battling, the more everyone else is catching up. So we've got Dan all over the back of Flips. Makes the move. Oh, hold on, we've got a 3 wide battle going on here. Oh no, JJ's in. Front wing, is that for tyre change? Let's have a little look. It is, it's for a front wing, so he must have had a bit of an incident. Bruge and Gable are side by side. Just need to be sensible. His teammates, they're catching the guys ahead as well. So if they're sensible about it, then they won't just pick up the pieces between them. Pick up little pieces of the points between them. They'll be picking up big points if they can work together. Start battling through these next few drivers. As Bobo says, good evening Bobo. How are you, buddy? As the virtual safety car is out, not too sure why. I must have missed something there. So Colin now with a 13-second gap. Unless anything major happens, then he is looking in prime position to take the win here in China. But as I say, this is racing, anything can happen. As we are green. Doesn't look like anyone got the jump on anyone. What it does with Ralphie? No, it doesn't, 'cause he's in the pits. So is Bridge. I believe Ralphie's was just purely for tyre change. So JJ on inters, Bridge on inters, everyone else on the wets. So we'll see what Bridge's times are going to start looking like to see if it's ready for the changeover period. Which, to be honest, outbroke himself slightly there. We lost a little bit of time, so we'll come back to that one. So Bacardi up 12 then for position changes. Mega Drive from him so far. VDV 6, Ashik 6, Gainesville 10. JJ down 14 at the moment. He has hit on some wing. It could actually be in the weather, to be fair. Con is in the pits. What's he going to go for? Let's have a look. Is it going to be wet or is it going to be inters? I would imagine it's probably going to be inters. It is. So Brugi might have made a massively advantageous strategy call here to go in early, a lap early. Is he going to get... He's not going to get Con, but he is going to get massive undercut on everyone else. So we'll see what happens now. We'll see what your race leader does, whether he does decide to pit or not. Albie decides to pit. As Duxton makes it past Flicks. Look at that gap now down to Colby. That gap was at 8.7 seconds, 2 laps to go. It's now down to just 4. What is everyone going to do then? Nobody has decided to pit out the front runners yet. They don't think it's quite ready. Colby's in. I think that's could be a mega call from him. I'll be honest, as Bruge sets the fastest lap. as it looks like Dan is in as well. I think that could be 2 mega calls from them two. They're both going to come out behind. Yeah, they're going to. Dan might come out ahead of Albie, might not. Ah, that's mediums. Huh? Mediums? Yeah, no, definitely not weather for that yet, lad. Jesus. That's obviously an error. That's going to cost him, so maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all. As Colin says, it could be a mistake by Colin not to box. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, I agree. We've had to go down. I was lost it a little bit here, mate. Again, you don't know what's happened though. He could have said it to wet tyres and this put him on dries. I do know of that happening. So Colin is in then. Let's see where he comes out. As his held on for some reason. Remember, Con and Bruges have pitted. Con comes out about 3 seconds off, and that gap was at 13 seconds. That's mega. Let's see if Colby can gain any positions then. Doesn't appear like he's gonna gain too many. He's gonna gain Ralphie, but he has gained a bunch of time on everyone else ahead. So again, great call there. So let's see if Colin can clear these two ahead of him before they box, and that's if they decide to box, which I'd probably imagine they are going to. Here we go then. Just look at the amount of grip Colin has out that corner. Just pounces all over the back of Rick, and that move is now done. Now on to Bacardi, but I'd imagine that Bacardi will box. And I would be extremely surprised if he doesn't box, to be fair. As expected, Bacardi does box then. So Colin retakes the lead, but only a 2.3 second lead that is to Con, who's 13.4 seconds behind at one point. Made the right strategy call, coming 2 laps earlier, and look how many positions he's gained. Same with Bruges, another one that made the right call. Think that might have been a mistake from Gameful there, jumping onto the wet tyres. He now has Force and Dave all over his chappy. Full send, trying to get the power down. Can't quite out-drag Gameful there. Good evening, Hound. How are you? As full send, makes a move down the inside of Gameful, nice and cautious there, but it's going to cost himself a position there to Colby, I believe. Not quite sensible from Colby there. Saw the two guys were in a battle and it could get tight. Decided to back out. The amount of grip that Dave is going to have out of this corner could get the move done quite easily, as Colby flying up to the back of him as well. Dave then trying to outcrowd Gameful. So Dave gets the move done then on Gameful. Looks like Colby's going to get the move done as well. Gameful making him go around the outside, which isn't a big problem. As a Sheik has left the session, let me just chuck him an invite. Sheik, where are you? I will come back to him in a second. It's saying he's still in the lobby. Helen says, I'm okay. Thanks, my little one enjoyed her birthday. I hope you enjoyed yours. Cheers, mate, much appreciated. Happy birthday to Helen's little one. Lots of admin related birthdays this week. The week of legends. Then again, I am talking about Kieran, so maybe that's not true. Has Ralphie has made it past Gameful? Yeah, he has. Gameful back past Ralphie then. We are halfway through this race. So Gameful is pitting. Oh, so I can probably discuss the win as well. Rick and Bacardi side by side. Rick gets the better of Bacardi. There's not actually too much going on, to be fair. There's two battles that I can see currently, which is this one between Rick and Bacardi and the one between Full Send and Colby. So stay on board with this one for a minute, because I'm interested to see how Dave copes with the pressure of Colby. Colby just constantly there or thereabouts on your tail. Dave being a tier 3 driver, we'll see how he fares, which at the moment he's doing well. He's rinsing his ERS, which he doesn't need to do because Colby doesn't have that much. Very nice there from Dave. Doesn't bother to defend the space that he didn't need to do. And Donny and VDV are also having another little battle. Colby then is looking to make this move, but isn't close enough into turn 1 or turn 2. Can't quite get it done in turn 3 either, so back to VDV and Donny. Bacardi's dropped off the back of Rick massively, so I'm not too sure what happened there. So we have a ghosted car. Whose ghosted car is that? What's going on there? Where's Greg on the session? Send Greg another invite, because for some reason he's out. I didn't know if Sheik is back in either yet. Must be. Cool. So I'm not too sure what that's about. Again, VDV and Adoni. VDV currently rinsing, and so's Adoni. VDV down the inside. Takes that position from Andoni. And up to P4 for VDV. So Colby then just falling off the back of Dave slightly. Dave doing a good job here, just recharging his ERS. Colby is doing the same thing, so we'll see how that plays out between them two once they're on a more level playing field. Colin just comfortable out there with a 7.7 second gap. Seems to be climbing as well, to be fair. Only not going to be close enough to make the move into the hairpin. We'll see what Colby does. Colby is gaining, but not enough to make a move. So Dave just playing this really nicely. Very sensible, very mature drive from him. As Ralphie picks up 3 seconds for track limits. She has a penalty as well, and that's also for track limits. And everyone has made their stops, so we'll get rid of that for the time being. There's Greg. It's still an AI, and I really don't understand why, because it's now going to start affecting other drivers. Is that Greg? Or is that Flix this time? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. So Kev King has latched onto the back of this little scrap between Dave and Colby. And Donny is falling off the back of VDV as well. So it looks like this is going to be the only battle to stay on board with for the time being. So again, Dave with More ARS than both of them behind. Doing really well. Just to keep them two at bay. Both really quick drivers. Duckster is catching up to the back of Gainful. As a stupid crash. And that appears to be in the quick section. It's unfortunate for him, but it didn't do like the safety car, which is a bonus as Colby thought about making a move down the inside of Dave. Can't get it done. As Andoni decides to pit. You see what tyres Andoni goes onto the street. Jumps on to a new set of intermediates. Colby's still pushing Dave through these corners, but still can't find a way through. Looks like Colby's going to get a much better exit here though. They're both deploying, although Colby isn't now. The battle at the front is starting to heat up. Bruge has caught the back of Con. Could this be the spark we need to ignite this race? Not really too much happening. Bruge goes on the attack. It's still down the inside of Con. Slipstream is just so powerful as well in this game. It's always hard for the leading car to get away from the car behind.